Welcome to Dice Nerds and Nagas, coming at you from beautiful Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice Nerds and Nagas, brought to you by angry internet virgins that blame all their problems on women. Basically, like anyone under a certain age that voted Trump.
Most of the ones over there.
They're angry internet virgins.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I have somebody else's percentile D10.
Basement dwellers.
Definitely. Who else has brown
I think
eyes
she
like
has
that?
brown ones.
I think I've got your percentile. It doesn't look like mine. Do you have the other one?
I'll check.
It could potentially be mine. I have a couple brown ones that are just like plain brown, but it looks like that's a different shade.
Yeah, it's a different shade. These are like, I don't know,
Marvelized.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you got the percentile there?
I do, actually. It's weird.
Let's see the writing.
It's even further away.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird that the script... Anyway.
So that's a weird spot in the beginning, but I think some of you guys had something you wanted to say.
Shout out to Panya and Kim Huck for subscribing. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of subscribes lately, and it's really awesome. So if you like us, like what you see, please subscribe, share us with your friends. We're on Spotify, and iTunes, and Google Podcasts, all that type of stuff as well, and YouTube. And also want to say thank you to the people who we've been doing kind of like a podcast listen and review thing. So thanks for listening to ours, and I've enjoyed listening to yours so far as well. That's about it.
I'm great. And so, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So where we left off, our heroes, our party had just finished a very dangerous and taxing fight against the forces of the Void Naga, the Wanti sorceresses that had been poisoning and damaging the ancient pre-cycle god known as Grandfather Turtle. So they were able to defeat the Nagas and the Wanti and help fix up Grandfather Turtle's insides a little bit. Sadly, though, young man Brandon, he didn't really make it necessarily. He was killed by the forces of the Void Naga, but sort of reborn as a angelic, divine turtle-like man. So, you know, sort of an abomination, but imbued with a lot of holy energy. And beyond that, though, after defeating the Naga's forces, the Void Naga itself made an appearance deep in the waters off of the Sword Coast. It launched its powerful attack against Grandfather Turtle, who was just barely able to hold off the greatest amount of the damage, suffering some deep wounds in the process, but protecting the people living on his back, and giving him just enough time to escape temporarily to the astral plane, an empty sort of vacuum space-like environment where bits of dead gods float in the ether, and colonies of wizards and Githyanki and other strange creatures make their homes in the astral plane. It's devoid of wind, it's devoid of feelings of weight necessarily. It's kind of freaky for people when they first enter to be in weightlessness with nothing in the horizon really other than maybe a few scattered rocks. But currently you're still on the anchor point that is Grandfather Turtle as he drifts silently through the empty void. The Void Naga left behind. And I believe you had just entered onto the top and had spoken to him briefly, correct? Mm-hmm. He healed the worst of your wounds, and he let you know that the ancient artifact wielded by Horatius Rex, known as the Heart of Dinesh, I believe the Heart of Dinesha, yes, the Heart of Dinesha would be within your grasp tomorrow, which, you know, time being kind of non-existent, you just kind of have to wing it after a rest. And I believe that's where you're left off. You're heading off from Grandfather Turtle's head, I think, back to the castle, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, all of you were there except Daniel, who will be playing a new character. His previous character, Akul, disappeared into a void, basically, leading to the Deadlands of Kelemvor. That's where we left off, and any further information is all hearsay. But he'll be playing a new character for us tonight, a denizen of the astral plane, so, that's pretty darn convenient.
And Martin?
Mardum disappeared briefly, and basically what happened is you were brought before Kunla himself. You were given extra power by him. So that weapon of yours, what are its stats right now? It was +2 or +3? First of all.
I think this one's 3.
Alright, and it did, what was the extra thing? It could, cast some spells, right?
It's just fire damage.
Well, it does an extra 1d6 fire damage.
Okay, so I would say that now once per day, you can cast a fireball from it.
Okay.
You are given basically a mission from Kunla, or a dire warning, I guess, from him, that you will be entering the astral plane on Grandfather Turtle, and that he knows that Grandfather Turtle will be leaving soon to whatever his pocket dimension is that he's hid out in the past. Your party will find itself near the corpse of Balin, an ancient giant god, the only other giant god that there ever was besides the Allfather. The version of the story that you have been told is missing some key factors that you would do well to learn. And he has a mission of you, basically, a quest, a favor that he would ask, that the dwarves not be allowed to tear Balin's body to pieces.
Does he give me any more information on what it is I'm missing, or just that I'm missing something?
It was not the Allfather that slayed Balin.
It was not the Alpha.
Not the Allfather who slayed his brother. And after being told that, you find yourself back in the castle, near the floating castle, in the smoking lounge, whatever. Just just dropped off somewhere comfortable, I suppose. He tells you that your compatriots will soon arrive. That they are out of Grandfather Turtle's body, and he can feel their presence. Out in the open, making their way towards you.
So you would see Jessup asleep on the floor with his head against the pillow near the fireplace.
Oh my god,
So that's where he was.
Yeah. Is there a quiet spot near Jessup? I mean, just...
Curl up on the rug near the fireplace.
Yeah. I'm just
Like a
gonna
puppy.
chill. I'm gonna do a
Alright, so roll a
meditative
d20 to chill. No,
I get to have my proficiency bonus?
I would say, as a cleric, you probably have very little chill.
Yeah, I haven't been a very good cleric in a while, though.
Oh, cleric, but just with a different sort of deity, sending some power your way. It happens.
I think I'm going to start being invisible and being like a ninja and being from the Orient. I'm going to start going around and doing the Asshole intrusion.
finger in people's butts.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that was a difficult battle. These are trying times, and we're in the astral plane. I know what'll lift everyone's mood.
I gained expertise.
I gain expertise. And
When you go to
Oil
sleep,
checks.
I fill your ass with socks.
You're gonna do that, yeah.
no, I don't know. Let's say you guys are making your way back toward the keep. You pass on through the village, and you can see that a small crowd of the locals is sort of gathered as they're watching, looking out at their new surroundings. A familiar face kind of leaves the crowd, making his way towards you. You recognize that it is James Tell, Brandon's father, who asked you to look for his son earlier.
Ooh.
So got him in the castle.
You've left and alive, but I don't see Brandon with you.
He is transcended.
What? What do you mean?
He saved our lives, sweetheart. You should be very proud of him.
Where is he?
He's everywhere.
I believe Grandfather Turtle has given him some form of blessing. I think he'll be with you always.
What the hell?
He is one with everything.
Y'all keep speaking in riddles, and I want to know what happened to my son. I will go out to Grandfather Turtle right now and find out what happened to him.
I think that's probably better.
And he moves past you. The others sort of watch you curiously, but they don't move to speak to you necessarily. The guards are among them that you spoke to, the Saurian and the human. It was an elf.
I think she was an elf, wasn't she?
Guards? Who's got?
Let me double check. I have my notebook right with me.
That's convenient.
That's what they're for. Notebooks for taking notes.
Let's see. Quintus and Sarah, a Saurian and human woman. Both, though, having
Pins are
lived
required. No, it's okay.
well over 8,000 years or so now, though. But they don't look a day over 30.
It's hard to tell with the story.
It is, yeah. But, yeah, if there's nothing you'd like to tell them or anything, you can just move right on to the keep. You can actually see some of the turrets off in the distance.
Okay. Yeah, Trixie's gonna go and go up to the library and find a writing desk.
All right.
Grandfather Turtle said wait 24 hours, he'll be back with us.
Yes, the ancient artifact will be yours, Heart of Nesha.
I will go and speak to the queen.
Okay. You can see the queen sitting with her sister of the Winter Court, and you can immediately sense some tension in the air. When you walk in, Perdita, you're back. Please, you must tell me everything that happened to you down there.
I tell her everything that happened down there.
Okay, you give her a short version of what happened.
Stuff, Nagas, fight.
Yeah.
Nagas fighting,
Beat them.
etc.
Etc. Mostly what I'm here to talk about is the fact that we have been offered the opportunity to stay.
Yes, that's actually something I wanted to talk to you about as well. I also received the same offer. We spoke with the lizard-looking person and his wife. I don't know. They told us that Grandfather Turtle said that I and my people of the Summer Court would be allowed to stay. But sadly, my sister and the remainder of her court must leave. It's not fair, she says.
Wow, okay. Why? Did they say why?
My sister, as you well know, consorted with an archdevil, and thus has his taint upon her and all who served her.
Taint.
Yeah, it's a funny word. But because of her stupid, foolish, vindictive actions, she is a security threat. The archdevil could peer through her mind whenever he'd like, and learn the location of Grandfather Turtle's pocket dimension, putting it at risk.
He does have a point.
He really is a remarkable sort of creature, he is. A deity, truly.
Fuck, I'm not there.
Yeah, so... Okay, what are we gonna do with her?
Well, perhaps we can find some rock to leave them on and get going. But no, I don't think that is his way. We'll probably drop them off somewhere comfortable enough where they have a chance, but my sister believes that I should stay behind as well. I disagree. I refuse to throw my people into the jaws of oblivion just because of blood. A little blood shared between us.
You know, I'm inclined to agree. The thing is, I'm beginning to believe that there really isn't going to be somewhere safe. However, I still think that you should take the chance and keep our people here with Grandfather Turtle. If you want me to, I will go with Gemreed and try and keep her safe, or go with the companions of that party that you had me befriend and try and stop this whole debacle.
Well, Perdita, that is something I wish to speak to you about. I would have you come with us, with Grandfather Turtle, and live in eternity in peace and happiness. But I'm no queen anymore. A queen without a kingdom is truly nothing. And my people, though they love me, I have failed them in the past. So, on this island, there will be no more nobility. He spoke of that very clearly. But I think you should do what you want to do, Perdita. I hereby, does a goofy pope-like hand motion, break your oath, your vow to me. You're a free woman, you can do what you want. You're a free elf, and you can do what you want.
Did she give me a sock?
Yes.
That's good.
Because that would have been perfect, but okay.
You look on your feet, and there they are. The most perfect, comfortable socks. In two different colors. Yet they feel as if they're matching.
In your soul, they soul match.
They soul match. Okay.
I would write that down too. That's in your equipment now.
How do
Oh,
these
yeah?
soulmates?
The Summer
Come on, they're
Queen
soulmates.
socks.
Summer Queen socks. What do they do?
That'll be a surprise.
I
Unless y'all throw an
I click my
identifier
heels
on
together.
There's no place we go.
There's no home.
And I don't go anywhere. That's
There's
right.
no place that's
There's
home.
no
There's
place-
no place that's home.
There's no place that's
You find
home.
yourself just in a white void where the Feywild once was.
I get transported to a third world country and suddenly find myself living an expat life.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Where's the cryptid confirmed?
Wow. Well, okay, Queen.
You of course have time to think about it, Perdita. Talk it over with your new friends if you like. Talk it over with my thrice damned sister.
Thank you for everything that you've helped me with, and I will try to make you proud in whatever decision I make.
Okay.
And I go off to. We're in the castle, right?
Yes.
I go off to the beach and I just go lie in the water and float.
All right.
What season are you in right now?
Summer.
I'm visibly meditating on the beach.
All right. So you do see that Feather Marshal is meditating on the same beach.
He's
invisibly. So you don't
So I
see
don't
anything.
see him.
It actually makes
there's
no.
bright sunlight on the
Do
beach.
I
there's
fall
Yeah.
over him?
Oh, yeah,
Alright,
see
so
me.
you are visible.
I'm just
Okay,
meditating.
never mind.
Alright, so you do see Feather Marshal meditating at the beach as you approach, and you see many of the summer court excitedly talking to each other. The news is being spread amongst them that they'll be able to stay with Grandfather Turtle. The few elves of the winter that remain, they are not being found really. They perhaps are just meeting somewhere else in a different courtyard or up on the battlements, who knows. As for the rest of you,
Trixie was headed to the library, so I guess she would see more.
I suppose so. You went to the library, right?
No,
you were in the sitting room
with Jessup.
with
Yeah.
Jessup.
I thought you were in the...
Nope.
Okay.
Smoking room.
Yeah, right.
Smoking lounge.
Okay.
It's all about silk robes, pipes.
So, Trixie's just gonna write a letter and send it with Taku, Summer Queen.
Okay. Let's see. Should I read it out loud?
It's up to you.
I guess I'll read it out loud so the viewers can get a sense of what it says. So,
Everybody else, plug your ear.
Queen Viviana, many things have happened. I don't really know which path to take. I intend to speak to my patron, Threnody, shortly. I ask, would you keep your sight and ears on us during the meeting, as I do not know what the outcome will be. Yours.
It's Trixie's
Full name, Thelandria
Mosvani.
Svana.
Mosvani.
Mosvani. Okay.
She's gonna go to bed.
Okay, and then Trixie goes to bed. She finds a small halfling waiting in the bedroom. His
I
eye
didn't
patch.
order room service.
Complimentary.
Does he have a little rose in his mouth and everything?
Yes, why not? No, a whole bouquet covering his privates.
Well, okay.
And then fades to black.
I thought he was the halfling.
Lemmy, you're in the astral plane on business of some sort. You don't own the bar, though. Your brother owns the bar, correct? And you hate him. You've heard that perhaps the deed was locked away and tossed into the astral plane, never to be found again. I don't know, that works, I suppose.
Brother, Jesus.
Well, passing through the astral plane, you were rather shocked to notice a turtle the size of, a large landmass appeared before you. Well, large. Let's say a medium-sized island with legs and a turtle head sticking out of it and a tail trailing behind. Appears suddenly before you, floating through the void. So to be a small village built along the edge of its shell, and huge scars, huge gashes scar the middle of his shell, bleeding profusely.
How far away out is this?
Maybe a kilometer or so away, maybe 2 kilometers.
Getting fancy using the metric system.
Yeah.
Look at you.
figure most people
I've
are not from America.
None of the D&D stuff is in metric. Yeah.
Just say clicks. Say clicks, it sounds
As the bumblebee flies.
cooler. Nautical miles.
Now, to a bumblebee, a mile is much shorter. It's the
Can't
equivalent.
we use swallows instead?
African European.
Unladen European.
A major league pitcher would need to throw about 8 times or so before you would reach the island. So it's about 2 kilometers away. You see it poof into existence as you're floating around with only a vague idea of where this safe could be, the astral plane being what it is and all.
Well, that looks interesting. I think I will head in that direction.
How are you traveling?
You can
Is there
actually just
astral
think
ship
your way through
or-
the astral plane.
You just like teleporting your bam. Yeah.
Fun with portals.
When you arrive, just what do you have with you?
Well, I have
Okay,
Okay.
so you're gonna, upon investigating closer, you can see this scaled turtle gliding along. Obviously, kind of a strange thing you've never seen before. A small village looks to be built into some coral caves and cliffs along the edge, and a castle, sort of built in a very imposing giant-like style, sits near this village, emanating sort of a protective bubble around it, and sort of a buzz of activity. You can see lots of people meeting on the turrets and such. A large gaggle of elves as you get closer and closer.
Is that the collective
Is that
noun
the-
for owls?
It is now!
Sounds good.
Gaggle of elves.
A school of elves.
Should be like a wood of elves.
I think this must be like the 3rd time we
Thicket.
discussed collective nouns. in
Thickets of
D&D.
elves. A bramble of elves. Okay.
They haven't noticed you yet as you're puffing along above them, I guess. Teleporting around.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Huh?
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself, and I want to go check it out.
Getting as close as you can, you can start to hear that you see a beautiful sort of sort of I'm trying to look for it here. I don't know. Just a beautiful, tall, elven woman, sort of with darker colored skin, light hair sort of emanating cold from her, speaking to a small group of perhaps 13 or 14 different elves in different heavy armors and sort of fey-like creatures with, ice hanging off of them and things like that. She's speaking that they're going to need to return to the mortal plane soon and find a new home for themselves. That they're going to face many difficulties in the future. And basically just goes along like that for a short while. The people seem to be pretty bummed out. One of them, with shining, glowing blue eyes, you notice is kind of staring right at your position for a while, watching as you float around. McQueen? McQueen?
McQueen?
There's someone behind you. Kind of turns. She as well activates this sort of spell, I guess, granting herself true sight. My word. What am I looking at there? Hey, what are you? Are you spying on us?
No, just came to see the turtle.
Can you describe what he looks like?
Okay. They see a very, very short unnaturally short human. He is pudgy. Short, very short, stocky little man with very wild red hair that just goes everywhere, with very squirrely eyes that are constantly darting everywhere.
Troll doll?
Eventually a
But with
trouble
curly hair.
Troll doll. Okay.
Alright. And he's wearing a
naked keychain out there.
he's wearing a kind of patches. His clothes look like it has been fashioned from many different kinds of pants and shirts and cloaks, and it's just all been like haphazardly mashed together.
Okay, let's see. So, the tall elven woman speaks a few words in an arcane elven language, and need to. I suppose you can try to counterspell or make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a DC.
Oh, 19.
19. You feel your senses being overtaken. And the woman speaks to you now in common. She says, "Hey, come here." You feel yourself turning and following against your own will. You can feel that, like, I don't want to go there, but it's like,
Hey.
I'm gonna keep going. I must keep going.
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go! Let me go!
She opens a small hole in the force field, and you pass through harmlessly. Standing before her, she says, "What is your name?"
Let me go.
Let me go?
Let me go.
Oh, let me go. Stand still, please. What are you doing here, out in the astral plane?
Exploring?
Do you know this area well?
No, this area keeps changing. Everything keeps changing here.
Are there any... God, I'm trying to think of a good way to get you in the castle. She says, follow... Okay, yeah, good way. I'm just going to do the most obvious thing possible. She points toward one of the guards, says, follow him. He's going to take you to the owners of this castle. You can talk to them.
Okay. What?
And be compelled by this dominate person spell, you follow them up until who would be the person that it goes to, I guess. Let's see.
Jessup or Feather, likely.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just
Jessup
for
or Feather.
Feather.
Maybe,
They've only
Aki.
just.
I would be in the control room or the library.
maybe Aki though. Because if Aki,
Gimri, you saved Gimri, I guess, so they might send it to you. So it's either of us.
Brings you to the smoking lounge, I suppose, with Mardim and Jessup there. Says, hey, we caught this wizard skulking about near the castle. Wasn't really sure what to do with him, but I figure maybe you guys could decide it's your keep after all.
I wasn't skulking.
Sorry,
You were
what?
invisible.
Yeah, because I don't know who you are.
Wait, what? Wizard? Oh, when did you get here?
morning. Sort of.
Okay. Wizard?
There was a wizard flying about the castle, listening in on us. We brought him here to let you all decide what to do with him. Do you want... should we get the rest of your friends here?
Yeah, I guess.
Intercomment.
Hey, guys, can you come to the smoking lounge, please?
You're just gonna
I-
ignore me like I'm not even here?
Well, no, Dude, I just woke up. People say there's a strange wizard here. Anyway, I'm Jesse. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to.
Buddy's interested and flies immediately to the smoking lounge.
Buddy, okay, so Buddy goes in first.
So I get the
Can I get some coffee, please? And maybe some bacon if we've got it. Are you hungry?
Yeah, always.
Alright. So can I get like 3 coffees and some bacon next? Who's this dude that brought them to us? One of the...
Guards for the winter.
Well, let's just say it's that same captain you guys have been running
Jaquel.
into. Yes.
Thank you, Jaquel. Everything going alright?
Not exactly. It seems that Grandfather Turtle does not wish for the Winter Court to remain here. We've got to go back. Try to find a new place to stay.
I've kind of been busy with stuff. What happened? We're still in the ocean, right?
What? No, you need to step out
to
and
get
take a
out
look.
more.
Yeah.
We're in, I believe, the astral plane.
Oh shit.
The Void Naga attacked. You didn't hear that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised myself.
Sleeping dog's eye.
I was reading and then I was speaking to my brother and that was very mesmerizing. I've just been asleep for I don't know how long.
My God, you could sleep through an earthquake, I bet. I sort of envy that, to be honest. But, yeah, I guess if you've got things handled here, he doesn't seem hostile or anything, just
Yeah, I mean like we'll just have some food.
a little offensive looking, perhaps, but
Hey Jaquel, I always appreciated what you did for me with those ice arrows. If you guys are looking for a place to stay, I mean, you're welcome in the castle. I mean, we could use you and all your people for whatever's coming next.
that's quite the offer, and honestly, we don't have many better opportunities. I'll pass that up to the Queen herself right away.
She's back?
Yes, she's back. She was there meeting with Grandfather Turtle's representatives. It was your friend brought her back.
Feather?
The Snake Man, the Wanti.
Aki?
Yes.
Aki's back.
Okay, what? Alright.
You have a little catching up to do, I believe.
That's a lot.
She knows. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know that Aki's here.
Well,
Confirmed.
so Jason sort of clasps his
Yeah, Aki's
hand
here.
and then, thank you.
Right, so if you are you guys approaching the smoking lounge?
Yeah.
Alright, so going to the smoking lounge. Perdita, are you going too?
I
Is it
will
Dunlop?
slowly but surely swim out of the sea, and when I get out the sea, I look different.
Wet.
No.
You're
No,
not
no.
wet getting out of the
See,
sea.
she had 4 seasons
It's
going
amazing.
in, but in the astral plane she's only got 2 like Cambodia, so it's
Oh,
monsoon.
shit.
Is what she's
I like that.
Well, at least she's always wet.
It's good.
That's right.
Wow.
Wow.
just
Wow.
took that shovel and
Mature
Just-
content warning, we're all terrible people.
Yes. Moving on swiftly.
Who wants to get there first?
wait, I really
I'm
want to know
Boston.
what
Oh, and-
season she is.
Winter.
Thank you.
Winter, okay.
I'm now winter.
Buddy.
So Buddy's in there. Does he say or do anything, or is he just watching?
Buddy's gonna sit on his. What's clothes
What's
are you
the-
wearing?
I'm wearing like
Muscle.
it's like literally like imagine
Patch
if I had
Adams.
like 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of pants and they were torn and then stitched back together. So it's all like little patches of different colors.
And what about your shirt?
All of it's the same.
All of it's the same.
All
Like
of it's the
just
same.
patches,
So what
patches,
kind of bags or items are you carrying?
no bags.
No bags and no items. You're a hobo. That's kind of fun. that is kind of fun.
Astral hobo.
Something's gonna grab your hair and pull it upwards.
You can see his hair begin to move around wildly on his own. Shortly thereafter, Feather Marshal
Is this real?
enters
And I'm
with
like,
Perdita
what?
as
Right
well.
behind him.
And then I'm like, stop that. Do this instead. And I make like little puppets.
So, surprising things you see as you enter the room. Jessup's awake, conscious, with you all. There's a short, red-haired man wrestling with his own hair crazily.
He's like freakishly
And
short, like
Martum
2 feet
is
or-
here.
3 feet.
So Buddy starts to braid your hair.
Actual midget.
Yeah. Buddy starts to braid your hair. This is gonna look good.
They all notice that when I walk in, I am now very pale. My hair is silver with bright red lips. My eyes are almost completely white with pale blue irises, and my clothes have gone sort of like a soft brown with white fur trim.
Hey, you guys look a little worse for wear. You want me to clean you up a bit?
Yes.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Where did you go?
Prestidigitation.
I'm
almost
not really,
died.
I'm not really
You back.
sure what happened.
I was frozen.
Your hair starts to be
For
braided, kind of like
seconds.
this,
I don't know. I was
Ages.
there.
and it's getting a top
there,
knot.
and then I was here, and it,
Yes.
I guess there must have been some sort of time lapse because, I mean, you guys are already out.
Is it dim light in the room?
We have a
Yes.
a guest apparently. This is Lemmy. Was it?
Go.
Go where?
Let me go.
Let me go.
Lemmy go.
So is that like your proper name, or
Is that like a
your
dessert?
full name? Like, is that a surname? Is Go your surname?
Yes.
Aki, you arrive as well. You find you can see his hair is being braided by Buddy.
Yeah, I
you're-
saw. But he has some. Oh, so would you like a shampoo with this?
Yeah, sure. It's been a while.
Jessup goes up to Aki and
No.
just gives him
You feel wetness on
Jessup walks up to Aki and just gives him a big hug. Hey, when did you get back?
Not too long ago. I've completed my contract. And
That's a thing that can happen.
that can happen, yes.
Oh shit.
I've served for
What
quite
does
a
that
long
mean?
time.
You
That
don't
means,
serve a higher power anymore?
for now, I'm done with him. I've done my duties.
I still have like a really instinctual distrust of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
look-
maybe, yeah, it's up to
I look,
you.
I look kind of evil with like my eyes are. Well, I'm Wan T. That's one thing. My eyes are pitch black like a real snake's. Yeah, and I'm wearing all black, and I've got a demon flying around me. So yeah,
Doesn't cut the most heroic figure
No.
necessarily.
Suddenly just fade from vision. And then come back again.
Somebody's showing off.
Is the are
What
you?
was that?
Yeah. How did he get here?
I don't know.
I
I
thought we're-
literally just woke up, guys. I ordered some bacon. You guys want some coffee, some bacon?
Yeah. Bacon.
Can I get like 3 more orders of coffee and bacon, please? And eggs.
Where did you come from?
The first robot, the chef automaton, arrives. Now working properly, it serves you a large variety of eggs, cured meats, juices, and coffees. Enough for everybody to have seconds at least.
So,
Good day, sirs! Throwing its knife arms around wildly, scratching against the door frames as it leaves. Working mostly.
So,
Who
wacky,
are you
wacky
and-
inflatable tube man.
what are you doing in the castle? And hope you enjoy your coffee.
Where did you come from?
no one's surprised. Buddy's just relieved himself on this dude's head, and it's just like.
Not surprised.
It's
I'm
not
not
exactly
surprised at
surprising.
anything Buddy does.
The smell is maybe starting to spread a little bit throughout the room, but there's a roaring fire, there's artificial scents, it's
What kind of liquids did they bring? What juices did they bring?
juices, I don't know, orange, apple,
Dragon fruit.
Cool.
grape,
Dungeons and
whatever the
Dragon
fantasy
fruits.
versions of those. So she just dumped a drink on your head after you've been peed on.
Sorry.
This
you
is
just had
turning into a
little-
weird meeting for you, Lemmy, but you are no longer under any spell once Ice Drake left, or Ice Heart left.
You guys are friendly.
No, you had a little in your hair.
Yeah, but
Thought
like,
this would
I
smell
just
better.
prestidigitation. Like,
So
this is new. What?
the juice and the pee is cleaned off, I guess.
Aki's doing just like this, very interested in this new visitor who I'm thinking, you belong here. You definitely belong here.
As for you, Lemmy, this castle is quite a strange place, I guess. The temperature is comfortable, not warm. There's scents piped in. There's robots that bring food, and small little flittering clockwork fairies that fill pipes and arrange smoking out coats and stuff for you guys. As they sit in chairs or whatever, as people relax or whatever, you find that the furniture changes shape to fit their bodies most comfortably. And a pipe has been freshly laid out for you as well.
Cool.
Let me go. What land do you hail from, or what dimension have you come from? Because this dude does not look like he comes from anywhere around here.
Well, I just mainly float around the plains, but Sigil.
You come from? Am I aware of Sigil?
I would say those of you that have studied like the cosmology of the world would be aware of Sigil. It's a city that's kind of in the spokes of the universe or whatever. You can get anywhere from Sigil. Sort of similar to the Inn of Doors in a way, I guess. They're kind of there's an exit from the Inn of Doors straight to Sigil. People use it a lot. There's entrances all over the city though. It's as if the whole city was just the Inn of Doors made large, filled with crazy stuff. All types live there.
Makes sense now. Makes complete sense. Aki nods and said, "Got it."
It was run by devils.
Now, being a
Have any of you either been to the city of Doors?
The Inn of Doors?
The
City.
of Doors.
Oh.
Nope.
No. Well, it's magical.
Everything's magical here.
This is true. Pretty, are you okay?
You're looking a bit kind of blue.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Well, my queen has released me from her service.
You have queens here?
Not anymore. She's not a queen anymore.
I'm confused.
You're not the only one.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do.
Now,
Stick with
what
us.
you would be aware of as for current events, I suppose, being a planeshopper, you would figure out every day it seems like there's less planes to hop to. The far realms are gone. The realms of Celestia are gone. Even the elemental plane of water has been mostly destroyed. Only a few bits of it remain.
Global warming.
Yes.
Should be more.
The city of Sigil feels that it's pretty well defended and safe itself. It has powerful protection, so the average person isn't that worried, but a lot of the more savvy, more powerful adventurers and such in the city, which you would, as a level 12 character, you would be pretty well regarded, pretty powerful in any group of people. So they're certainly getting aware of what's going on. And as well, you would also be aware of some of the difficulties in the material plane. The giants, the Nagas, the cities being destroyed by... I imagine giants would be the hot topic, because in all over the world, in every plane of existence, that there are giants. They're coming out in huge numbers and just destroying things. Giants that were peacefully living for thousands of years, losing it and just destroying any non-giant kind that they're finding.
Ordning is broken.
I heard that the elf lady and the guy who brought me here, they were busy talking about you guys fighting Nagas. You guys are actually fighting them?
I am Nagas Bane.
Yeah, we're fighting.
Have you had any success?
I don't know. Did you have success? How
Killed
did
a lot of
everything
them.
go?
That reminds me. Well,
Killed two of them.
where did Trixie go? I have to thank her.
Is she that drow woman?
She
I haven't seen her.
like if she didn't cast that one spell on that one Naga, I would have been dead. Like
All would have been dead.
that saved my ass in the biggest way. I owe her a great debt.
Fine, castle's only that big.
I know. I'll find her later. But we need to decide what we're gonna do. If we're gonna give up or if we're gonna keep.
So somebody said we're in the astral plane?
Give up.
Yeah.
Well, if we're here, there's a couple of things that I wouldn't mind doing. I was told that there was a powerful mage that was blessed by Mistra that lives somewhere in the astral plane. That's one thing.
It's
we
not him,
know-
right?
No, I don't think so. Are you one of Mistra's chosen?
No.
Alright, then
So
it's
just
not.
checking.
Yeah, look at him.
I was also told, we were all told about
I was getting chosen last.
the All Father's brother, right? His body's here somewhere.
We
And then something, just on a personal note, maybe you could try help with that, although I don't know how far your the locate object thing works. We're here. I'm wondering if I can't find Selim's body. I wouldn't mind paying my respects.
Well, we're floating in the space of astral space.
Lemmy, you know exactly where Balin's body is. It's one of the few anchor points in the astral plane that doesn't change.
Why are you guys looking for Balin's body?
Well, there might be some form of consciousness left in there somewhere, and there's a bit of a story as to maybe how we can take out the Allfather. Apparently, we need to go there and we might get some information.
Well, I've been there several times and I didn't find or see any consciousness. You take you guys there if you want.
There are people that live there.
Who lives there?
You would know there is an order of giant monks, basically, that are sort of the protectors of that body.
He's a monk.
Junks.
Now imagine him. Giant! There.
Basically, yes.
So you're saying like about my height?
take the giant potion.
I'll show them a giant monk. We could have a kaiju battle.
A monk off.
Giant monks. I don't know if you are inclined usually to talk to monastic orders, but I would be very interested in speaking to them.
Oh, I know all the monastic orders. They let you stay there for free.
All right, very good.
The food shit.
Yo, I was talking to Jakel, and I extended our invitation for the Winter Court to stay with us in the castle. I figured if they don't have a home, maybe for a while we could be their home. We could use their help.
Are we leaving Grandfather Turtle? Is that what you're saying?
I think we're gonna have to sometime. Are we gonna have to leave him eventually?
You could. I think, yeah. I guess you didn't know that, but yeah, he made you an offer that they could stay and live a
In his
peaceful
pocket
life
dimension.
of happiness for the rest of their days. End of campaign.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know about it.
Actually, no. I would totally. We could keep the campaign going again, even further if you did that. There's a
There's
plan.
a cycle and we come back.
So, I've checked the castle. Does it still run on money?
Yes.
How much money do we have left? What have these bastards done to
They
my money?
basically emptied
Just
the vault.
pretty much
so
make it
they
up at the
kept-
moment.
They're keeping it on them, I think.
Then
most
what?
of it.
No,
What are we
yeah.
using to run the castle? Power up the
There's
castle.
a lot there.
There's half of it was jewels, and we changed that into cash, and that's still sitting there. So there was 15k there.
So there's
Before we
still
took off
15k
from-
there.
There's still 15K.
Nah, well, it's been
No.
how long's it been
You
since
guys
we
have been
left?
spending
No,
a lot.
I think
How long's it
we've
been
used
since we
about
left,
half of that at least.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'd
Yeah.
say
Jessup still has 2,000 gold pieces on him, which he never used.
It
Yeah,
was
I've got
like
like 6,000.
It was like
There's
600
loads in
a
the bag of
day
holding.
to
Yeah,
run
but
it,
no
bare minimum.
Eh?
So how much do we have
What was
left?
that?
How many days? It was like 600 a day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we disappeared for 2 months.
No, but it wasn't
No, but
being
we didn't use
used.
the castle.
so yeah. A lot of the time it was in like just kind of not flying speed. That like 600 is you're going at full speed all day, all night. Alright, so you're all we're trying to figure out what the gold level is right now. So y'all been going for a while with it.
Edmund.
Let's say
Was it 2 weeks?
It's been like 2 months or 2 weeks. What was it?
2 weeks from
Last time we checked.
from that city in the water that's deep. What did you?
This is a city in the water that's deep.
I think it's about
Okay,
2 weeks
so
to Grandfather Turtle, is it?
I think so.
It was 5 days travel to Grandfather Turtle.
Okay.
I think we've only been to Grandfather Turtle for like 3 days.
We don't have it powered.
We
Like on
did
low
when we
power.
flew. We did. Yeah.
Right.
So 5 days full power,
Yeah, so that's 3,000.
3 days like half power,
So that's
right? So
900.
6 times
3,900 gold.
That's off.
Yeah, from 15.
Or 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
15. Okay.
So we've got 11 left.
and then
Alright.
yeah, okay, that's right.
So 11,000 odd left.
So
You still got
it's
2k. I've still got
plenty.
6k in the bag of holding of the actual gold from the beginning.
Okay.
And a K on me.
So I count the vault, and it's at 11,000.
11,100. Yeah.
You know, is that with everything pooled together, right?
No. I'll tell you, I've still got 6K in my bag as well. Gold. For emergencies when we're traveling.
Because I would have marched right to you very upset at our vault levels.
Hey man,
You know, cool.
we need to have parties.
with at least 1,000 in it.
Perdita,
And a diamond. I should have.
I think
Adrian.
we're all I've been pretty confused about what we should do, but you've been really amazing. So I would be very happy if you would stay with us, regardless of what we're gonna do.
Indeed.
Does anybody think we have a chance?
Talking about do we have a chance? Feather, I noticed our dragon's gone.
Dragon?
You guys had a
We had a dragon, which was supposed to be used against the Allfather in final battle.
Dude,
It is no longer there.
did you see the Allfather? That dragon would have been like
Yeah.
fucking pissed against him.
You haven't seen the wolf, have you?
No, I haven't.
Is messy.
Nah.
So
It's
messy.
literally King Kong and the little
Yeah, we kind of
aeroplane.
needed everything we could get.
It was-
So
it was-
it was put to good
We have
use.
heard that Fargus is building something huge.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I
Bigger
saw you
than
in the
a
alley
dragon.
and I found them, and then we fought off a boat full of frost giants.
it was magnificent.
It
I
was
rode the dragon into battle.
Pretty interesting. I guess you weren't there for that either, were you, Perdita?
I minor illusion the
Yeah,
whole
you-
battle for him.
Aki's thinking
And,
that Feather Marshal did it
Lemmy,
just so he
you're
could
right. I
buy
was
it.
watching the battle they had that he's showing.
Indeed.
Also, this is the first dwarf you've seen in at least nearly a year. They all left Sigil a long time ago. Some even tried to recruit you to leave with them, mistakenly thinking that you were a dwarf.
Is he the same size as me? Or
Do you have
he's
a
smaller than me?
beard?
I'm 4 foot. Yeah.
I'm small.
Do you have a beard?
It's like some.
Really scraggly patches? Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So my question is, now that I guess we're all here, are we staying, like Grandfather Turtle is the one that is powering us through the astral plane. We plan on staying in the astral plane for a little bit?
Oh, he is.
For
There's a few
some of
things,
the
like
stuff
you said,
talked
there's
about?
something we want to do.
Yeah, so
if we're here.
if we stay on Grandfather Turtle, can he serve as transportation for us?
The funny thing
In his wounded state, would he be...
I think he needs to recuperate for a bit. He told us to wait 24 hours anyway before he gets us the Heart of Dinesha. When he gives us that, we can ask him maybe, but I doubt it. I think we're going to have to take the castle.
How do we communicate with Grandfather Turtle? Is it like a mental, telepathic?
Go to
Go
his
to
head.
his face.
Go to
You
his
go to-
face.
You just
Go
go
to
walk over and talk to
So
him.
we would do a
On his
never-ending
head.
story thing, right?
Yeah.
On his head.
So Lemmy, you jump around from place to place.
Yeah.
Who's the
How
last-
does time dilation work between here and the material plane?
Do you want me to answer? Do you want to? You can just make up whatever answer you want. What?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Eh?
Time, not the herb, like is
I don't have a
TikTok.
watch.
How old are
Wait,
you?
hold on.
I don't know.
When's the last time you were in the material plane?
Which one?
Prime. Material.
Yeah, but which one?
Better question. Lemmy, does time matter to you?
No.
Have you
There you go.
ever been to Waterdeep?
All right.
Several of them, yes.
Fun. I
Uh,
wonder if your Waterdeep
Water
got as
deeps.
fucked up as ours did.
so you were saying we should go and have a look at the
Body of Baylor.
body of Baylor.
Balin.
Balin.
Baylor.
Baylor was the guard captain.
Sorry. What are we hoping to find out from this exactly?
I guess information on how to kill the Allfather or what happened between them.
But I mean, he
I
died.
I remember I heard a rumor one time that said that maybe it wasn't the Allfather that killed his brother. So if something could kill Balin, then maybe that same something.
Where did you hear that? Because we've all been told the Allfather killed Balin.
I wandered around the woods around Waterdeep in the north for a long time. Like you just hear shit.
Was this recently when you were taken away from our
No,
encounter?
no, this is before I met you guys.
You were taken somewhere?
I don't know. I disappeared and then I was here. I'm not really sure how that happened.
Because
Why?
of school holidays.
Because of a lovely thing
And
called
teeth.
America.
Because of a lovely
And a
thing
ham
called
sandwich.
ham sandwich. Yeah, okay. The ham sandwich that Eron rolled low on.
Yeah. I felt
Okay,
like
what was the other
honestly
thing?
in my mouth.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the heart of Dinesha. Then we need. You want to look at Balin. How big is the astral plane?
Oh, there's a sheep.
But you
here
know
now.
where it is.
Yeah.
Is it far? How long would it take us to get there?
Yeah.
How many sleeps?
Yeah.
Let's ask grandfather. What is the location of the body of Balin? Some monastery.
It's like
You said some
that way.
monastery
Yeah.
with
Are those
Yeah.
monks violent?
They're giant monks there.
Hmm?
Do you know the name of that location?
There.
So are they giant monks or are they giant monks?
I think they're giant.
That one.
Yeah.
Giants
I
that
get
are
that.
monks. Is what they actually are, but he can tell you whatever he wants.
They're like this big.
Wow.
It's like not even as tall as you.
not even my chin, yeah.
He matches a
Fair enough.
inhabitant of Sigil.
Yeah, then again, he's telling us they're giant monks, so they're probably not giant.
Probably regular
Normal
humans.
sized people. Is he a giant? No.
He okay? Or
He's
Yeah.
I disappear.
Jury,
I disappear.
You know, jury's out. It's fine. We're all a little.
it's fine.
I disappear.
Who? Who?
who what?
Oh,
Who are you talking about?
So I have a little bit of
He's gone.
information from my brother
The one who was there.
about what's going on in Men's Branson right now.
Yes.
Remember the Gith? They hooked up with him.
Hooked up?
Yeah, as in like not
Phrasing.
Hook up my chuck.
fucking. they found him and they've been working together. So apparently they've been providing like air support, and apparently the whole thing about the priestess of Lolth being Lolth might be 100% true.
But actually her?
Yeah. It's pretty recent though, but they seem to be doing quite well. But Blackstaff has been having some doubts about continuing with the assault and maybe trying to still find a different way around to the Elder Brain. But I don't know.
Why didn't they just take a door?
Well, the door would get you there.
Yeah.
Door gets you far away to the village.
Well,
We went.
Yeah. There's not a door in. We already looked. Well, there's not.
Oh, no, there's one-
not an inn of doors. Door in.
No, there's one to the inside of Menzo Branson, but we don't know where that
Everywhere.
one will come out.
Yeah, I remember you guys
We're
were like,
worried.
oh, it might
We're
just
worried
be
that
Drow waiting for us on the other side of the door to throw you in chains.
into the Grand Palace center.
If we
courtyard.
knew where that door was, maybe I could somehow get a message to Aaron like, hey, can you meet us there?
Have you been there before?
I've been most places.
The Underdark? Through a
That's
door?
just the thing. If you go to the City of Doors, there's a door that goes everywhere. You just need to find it and find the key.
We don't need a key.
I don't think we have time for that shit. I mean, we know the end of doors that gets us where we need to go. Having to find a key,
They're portal.
that sounds like
Oh, where would we get the keys?
Well, you'd have to go to the Ministry of Doors.
There you
Ministry
go.
of
There
Doors.
is no time for that.
Ministry of Doors.
That takes no time.
No,
Everybody loves
US.
bureaucracy.
Yeah.
we've done some bureaucratic stuff before, and none of it came out well.
yeah.
Paperwork
about that.
sucks.
I mean, maybe. But you guys found the heart.
Not yet. Grandfather Turtle asked us to give him 24 hours to will it back into existence.
Can you guys refresh me on what this heart does?
No idea.
No. It's one of the 6 artifacts from what's his face.
You have an artifact. You have an artifact.
You keep talking about those artifacts, yeah. How many do we have now?
So there's the spear,
Yeah.
He's got
and
The helm.
I've got the helm.
the helm.
And the
So
heart.
he has a spear and a helm?
No, he's
He
got
has
the
the
helm.
spear.
He has the
Spear,
spear.
he has the helm. Then we'll have the heart. So then you need, I think there's
The cloak.
armor,
Yeah,
And the
armor,
blood.
a cloak, and
And the
blood
blood.
of heroes.
which is in Borovia.
Barovia. I I still feel like Barovia is going to be our last stop.
The cloak
because
is-
it might not be
The
able to-
Might
cloak of
be our
many
last
colours
stop.
is in the Underdark, and the armor is
We
in
were invited
Helm's
though
Deep.
to Barovia.
Everyone's invited to
Yeah.
go to Barovia.
Just saying, we have an invitation.
Who had the armor?
South of Baldur's Gate, or in Baldur's Gate. the
I
armor.
think all of that, no one will be able to hear a single word of it, what anyone just said.
Okay.
But I was thinking, it would be interesting to do Curse of Strahd starting at a high fucking level, kitted out.
Ah, it
It's
would-
like, oh, what's that vampire bitch? Slap, 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 slap. Give me that blood.
Yeah, it'd be opportunity for vengeance for Ben.
Hate that dude. We did a Curse of Strahd campaign. My character did not perform well at all.
I love the campaign.
He died punching himself in the face.
Yes, he did many times.
And it
Died
was-
from punching himself.
Resurrected as a vampire.
So right now, in game though, you're all discussing like, oh, these artifacts. We're about to finally get the third one. Like, shit's gonna be pretty great. But what do we actually do with all of them? I guess was what you guys were just saying.
We need to take them all to the tomb of Zabadashri. Yes, Ratius Rex, to give it to his elven squire
Aminos.
Vamonos.
Where's the tomb of Horatius Rex?
Why?
Does it still exist?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I mean, it should still be there by those towers.
It's on Earth. We went there.
Okay.
It's just where you got those dodgy daggers that you gave to the Aboleth.
Oh yeah, how did that go anyway?
Well,
Really,
that's
really
why Kunla
poorly.
is taking over the world.
Wait,
right
so
now.
why are we
It's our fault.
getting these artifacts and giving them to a squire?
We're going to give it to him. He told us to come back when we have all of them, and he'll tell us how to use them to defeat the cycle or
Because
blah blah blah. The
apparently, Horatius Rex is still in that tomb or something, and we can maybe speak to him.
And he's the only one in the cycles that ever got close to killing him.
Yeah.
And he was
Did you
kissed
say
her.
Kunla?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's here.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
You
don't
have an
think he's
interesting
here.
dimension.
What?
Ah,
You have an interesting dimension.
Indeed. Out of all the dimensions,
Okay.
this one is the most interesting to me.
So I think general consensus is wait till we get the heart of Tanesha, and then maybe
See if
take the
Grandpappy
castle
can
to
drive
go
us
to
there.
Yeah.
Balin or.
Or if they have like precious stones or something they could give us to
Why
help
couldn't your
us.
ex-queen? She teleported us last time. She could maybe help us.
I don't know, we can try.
Or all of your queens, stuff, or those things like
Well,
that.
if the Winter Port is going to be able to come with us, maybe Camry can teleport us.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen Kimberly.
Did they bring any
do
gold with them?
No idea.
No, I don't think so.
They got expensive.
Can
clothes.
We
It's
all got expelled from the Feywild at the same time. It's not like we had time to pack our bags.
Yeah.
I really missed that hot tub.
I would have diversified my portfolio as soon as the Void
There's a
Naga
hot tub in
started.
the castle. I think it's got hot
There is a
I
hot
had
tub
a-
in the castle.
I would have had a
Where?
bank account in every plane.
By the way,
You have to
Everyone's
bathe
rooms.
first.
where's the queen?
You have to what?
You have to bathe
Oh,
Disappeared.
he
When we got
he
attacked.
ran off at the beginning of our fight and disappeared.
You ran
Grandfather
off into a
Turtle
dimensional
said-
portal and the portal closed.
Yeah, you saw it actually, I guess.
Yeah.
You saw most
And
of
Grandfather
it.
Turtle says he can't locate him.
Yeah.
He is
We
somewhere
don't
that's
know.
blocked to him.
Like,
Doesn't know if he's dead or
My hair's
alive
still
or
in
where.
the top.
We were going to ask you to see if you could locate him
Okay, cool.
or message him.
I haven't been able to do it this Zembrate, but I guess I can try with a cool.
The time getting wiled away, you know, as you all sit and discuss. Lemigo has been kind of sitting in and interjecting with things that he knows about the astral plane, or Kunla, I guess, as Kunla's come up. He's aware of the god as well. Eventually, it's around lunchtime, I guess. And over the intercom, Corton speaks to the intercom. So, figure we can do lunch in the basement today. I've got kind of a surprise for you guys that I've been tinkering with a little.
I'm immediately terrified.
Lunch in the basement? Okay.
We haven't rested all day.
Have I been to the basement? Is that where the fish craziness
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Yes, that was, yes, yeah.
I'm so eager to return.
Well, there won't be any fish down there, or unless caught fish.
Well, I mean, you're
Sushi buffet.
you're welcome to stay for a while if you wouldn't mind helping us out with where Balin's body is. I mean, I don't know if you have other business.
Sure, I mean.
I would like some of your hair.
What?
Thank you.
No. No, man.
Huh?
No, as a
Oh,
condition for him staying.
you,
You want some
did
of his
somebody
hair?
say you're a wizard?
Yeah, so if you have something, like if you have hair, scrying the DC is way lower. So you can find them. If he's
What's
gonna...
DC?
The difficulty is way lower.
I want to know if somebody can check my socks out and tell me what they do.
Sure,
Do you have identify?
I do. Ritually.
Oh, okay, there you go. Have a look at my socks and see what
All right.
they do.
I sit
gosh,
down for
think
10
I
minutes.
just
Ben, he didn't write this
Ritually,
No, it's fine. Like,
ritually cost identify.
yeah,
when
and
you
then-
come
So
up
how
with
long will
that,
when you
take
come up
10
with
minutes.
it, you can just tell me some of the time.
You have 10
But
minutes.
what about lunch?
Do lunch
Yeah,
first.
go
Like,
lunch.
Okay.
Feather.
I just want to
Don't
say
you
it
think
was
it's
done.
reasonable
Yeah.
to be able
Yeah.
to find our new guest? If he's gonna be in our home.
Oh, I see.
If you like.
Do you have anything in mind?
I mean, are you worried? Are you worried?
Oh, I see.
Are you worried? Are you worried?
I'm not worried. We've got loads of strangers big enough for castle now.
Yeah,
Free
but-
for
This is
all.
the point.
But he seems the most
Whatever makes you happy.
utility to know where he is. If we're going to be doing
Whatever
astral
makes
stuff.
you happy.
And he disappears. through
Oh,
the-
that's right. If you get separated from us, we'll be lost in the astral plane.
No, we'll be on top of Grandfather Tree.
I'm just saying I
I
have
mean,
to
when we
find-
start traveling through the astral plane with him,
Sure.
if we get separated somehow, we'll be lost and we won't know where the fuck to go. He's the only one who knows the astral plane, so
Sure, would you mind giving us some of your hair?
I don't know, something
No,
like
it's
that.
Let me actually look to see which
There's no way I
shape
can
to
If
have.
he
tell
left us and we knew
where the
he
door was from
we'd
the
still
inner
have no way
doors,
to
right?
reach
There's
it.
no way of navigating
Yeah,
like
so I could have a
could-
body
you could-
part,
you could-
something
There's sun,
like
and I know when I
hand.
opened the
We
door,
could
there was
contact
Lock of
him.
hair.
Oh yeah,
Nothing like
no
that.
something like
Your
that. It's not
nail.
familiar where you're at.
We could see where he ran away to. But
No, but like still, like
Actually, Martin and Sandry put a mark there, so if she knows where the mark is, she'd be able to describe.
Where's my...
oh, the mark on the door
Mark on the door of what?
in the astral plane.
Yeah.
When we went through the door, the
You
inn of
guys
doors.
marked the
Inn of
door
doors.
So you could scribe.
Oh, yeah, no, we
Yes,
did mark
yeah.
the door for sure.
So you'd be able to find the interesting
Well-
doors.
Oh, we want to find
No,
that.
you'd be able to see it.
I'd be able to see it.
Doesn't tell you where it is.
I
Just
just
shows
monitor
it. Yeah, you
it.
can put a sensor there and
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Alright, so let's move
We
on.
could
I
locate
suppose, a little
object.
bit.
You could
Okay.
locate object on the door.
Sure.
for you.
1,000 feet.
No, it
Let's
doesn't.
go
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, no, scrying is like one of the only things you can do that's
just look at it.
cross-planar.
let's go have some
You
lunch.
can't communicate
Okay,
with him either.
let's go eat. Let's go eat. We'll go eat.
In the basement. Have we had a long rest?
Yeah, let's say I would say you guys are up to, back to normal or whatever. A hearty breakfast will do that to you.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Yeah. We'll get to that.
Alright, so in the basement, you can see what looks to be sort of a metal skeletal frame sitting sort of in the center of the basement area.
Does it look like the fish catcher?
No, that's off in the corner or whatever. He's got this, and it kind of looks like a skeleton of a dragon.
Oh,
Oh, okay, I was thinking Wolverine.
Gordon, have you been building this?
Well, a little bit. You see, I found this frame over here recently. It seems that old Modoc, not Moloch, old Modoc wanted to get 2 of these dragons. Tried to improve on the old design with the second one.
We get to fly another one.
how
I'm gonna
complete
beat
is
you to
it?
death.
Not very. Like I say, this is a skeleton, and it took me like a lot of my free time just getting it to where it can move around a little bit.
So what do you need?
Well, I think that there is enough material to get started, but to make it fly, I'm going to need some sort of propulsion system? I don't really know what
Anti-grav.
friggin' Fargus did to make the other one fly. And getting it to breathe fire, that's going to take a little doing on my part. And just finishing it, I mean, I'm not really much of a metalsmith.
Have you read through
That's
all
what
the
I was
orbs
thinking.
down here?
Gordon, we found him hiding in a cupboard, about to be cooked,
In the
after
kitchen.
trying to steal items. So he's gonna be building this.
Don't look at me. He's not my brother.
Okay, I'm
Sam
just
Bree's
checking his skill
brother.
levels. Did something else happen while I was gone?
He got turned into a bird briefly.
Corton's been mostly piloting this thing.
he got better.
He's gotten, I mean,
been
he's
reading
gotten
books.
really good at all
I'm
this shit.
spending a lot of time with the things on this ship, keep
Yeah.
listening to the orbs and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
not like Farkas said, like, here's how you do this, but, you know, I got to hear some of his thoughts on the matter, and I've got a little bit of technical aptitude. I'm not the best. I'm not sure if I can actually do this.
I know where
but-
we could get propulsion.
Hmm?
One of the gift ships. If they're working with my brother, we can probably get some sort of propulsion system from them.
I mean, yeah, if they could build stuff like that, they could probably build a flying dragon. I'm gonna need help probably. It's gonna take me a long time and a lot of money to do this by myself. But if we have someone that actually knows mechanics and stuff,
Can I make an insight check to when he said, "Oh, I could probably build a flying dragon"? Does that actually sound reasonable?
I guess you can check that. It doesn't sound very reasonable.
No, it
but
does not.
He's got a frame pre-built.
I had 3.
So it's hard to tell. You're not really a mechanically minded person, and so he does do a little demonstration. He's got it to where the frame can awkwardly step a little bit, a few steps before he has to turn it off. He
You're
doesn't
not
know.
impressed?
But I mean, really, this making it walk and making it fly and fight smoothly, it's two totally
You
different
need craft
things.
things in the smith upstairs.
I mean, I guess I could make parts and stuff up there, but
Does anyone have an idea where we could find
it's just the
some
knowledge, you know. I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
You can't infuse it with magic.
And
Anybody
yeah,
in the
there
winter
was,
court that knows stuff like that?
I mean, if we could
What
talk
happened
to
to,
Fargus or something, I'm sure he could.
Fargus not here.
Some of the dwarves or
What's
something.
the
They're-
name of
Oh, the bunny.
If we could locate Fargus, or remember there was that,
No,
there was
I
that
thought it
other
was
guy,
He's in
other halfling
Gunbad.
in the observatory.
We know where Fargus is. He's in Mount Gunbad with the dwarves.
Well, I mean, I'm sure him or one of his people could build this thing up. I think he'd probably charge
So
for it.
Elvira also wanted
We
us
could
to go
get
to
a version
Gumbad, right?
2.0.
Eh?
Elvira also wanted us to go to Gumbad?
Yeah.
I don't think she wanted us to go there, but she said
She was there.
going there, or she had been there.
I think she was going there.
Yeah. I mean, sure, that's if we get there, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well, that's
we'll just have to
I
go
mean, we
bit
kinda-
by bit.
have to get out of the astral plane first.
Yeah. But
That's
this is good work, though. I think it's pretty awesome you've been doing this.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, this basement's kind of dark and dingy. I'll have them send the food up to the bedroom if you guys want.
Thank you.
Let's request a dragon version 2.0 since version 1.0 is used up.
Basically, yeah, Dragon 2.0 on the horizon someday,
So-
maybe.
How long would it take for us to locate and reach Fargus?
I think
I've
that's
been out
like
for a while.
4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th down on the list of things we need.
Yeah.
Agree.
You know,
It's really not that.
if you guys are looking for a propulsion system, you do realize that this is the home of Gith, right? So when we go to get Belen's body, we'll probably encounter some Gith on the way. I mean, they're everywhere here.
Godzilla.
Yeah, this is what I said. I said the Gith airships.
Yeah.
Do they just have extra propulsion systems on them?
I don't know if they've got extra ones, but I mean,
Probably
The
a little
ones-
negotiation.
the ones with my brother might be more inclined to
Sure.
share.
Okay, let's eat and then I think we should all get a good night's sleep and get that thing tomorrow and then
Yeah, sure.
hit the road.
Shall we
Yeah.
call that first episode here?
I think so. So, time to reflect, meet new people, discuss plans, and plan dragons. We've got more of that and maybe even some other exciting stuff coming up on the next episode of Dice, Nerds, and Nagas.
Bye.